Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We got an update video for you today with some stuff going on in Tarkov, bugs, the zombie event progression, as well as a big patch for Arena that has some bunch of content into it, fixes, things like that, as well as the ability to hopefully now be able to do your ref tasks that you have to do over in Arena so you can level ref up. So let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Okay, so for the zombie event, first thing I want to talk about is how we're progressing here through what it looks like the clearing of the infection. Regardless of the fact that we did tasks that put vaccines out there, there's daily tasks that pop up. They don't go away in a day, but each day we get 2 new tasks that are assigned to a map. And so far, the first day we got was Shoreline and Lighthouse. And then that very next day, Shoreline and Lighthouse there was no zombies on them, and we got Reserve and Woods yesterday. Now, while they're not completely clean, they're 15 and 20%, they're really low. Today's tasks are factory and customs. So this tells me a little interpolation. It could be wrong, and this is a complete guess, but we're looking at Saturday or Sunday to wind down the final events, because tomorrow, my guess is we're going to get both interchange and streets, and those will be the tasks we get to clear those out. Factory and customs will clean up. Woods and Reserve will go to 0. And then after that, ground 0 and labs. Now, the exception to this is I wouldn't be surprised if BSG does some kind of accumulation event on labs, some kind of final day deal or 2 days on labs to clear out the infection. Just depends on how it's going to roll. So if you're still looking to get your achievement done or any of that kind of stuff, I would try to get it done before Saturday, probably before Sunday. But Saturday for sure, because that's probably when this is all going to wrap up, and it might go longer. I don't know this for a fact. Just reading the tea leaves, whatever you want to look at it, that's where my guess is right now. Now, hopefully BSG will just come out and tell us. They tend to give 2 to 3 days notice with these things when they do give us notice, so we'll have to just kind of wait and see. Now, as far as a bug, there is currently a pretty nasty bug dealing with all trader rep. Every one of them rolled back. Whether this impacts you and makes you go from 4 to 3, it's going to depend on what rep you were at and how far back they rolled back and things like that. For example, I was last night 7.5 with fence, and now I'm 3.3. But like my rep didn't move. To me, this seems like they pulled from some database like 2-3 weeks ago, because that's when I really started grinding my fence rep to get over 6, was like 2-3 weeks ago. And my rep hasn't changed in that amount of time, but all my other traders were decreased, some more than others, just depending on the tasks I did. Thankfully, none of them went below loyalty level 4, but I know there's some people out there that is definitely impacted, and some people have gone from 4 to like 2, depending on how much progress they've done in the last couple of weeks. Now, somehow this isn't impacting everybody. Not everybody's gotten rolled back, so I don't know. Hopefully BSG can find a way to fix this. I'm pretty pissed off that I lost Fed 6. I guess we'll try and use the zombies to do the co-op extracts as much as we can to get more of it, but other than that, I don't know. Now, for Arena, we got patch 2.2 finally on the roadmap. Here it is here. Just so everybody knows, it isn't combined with patch 2.3 or anything like that. They aren't synchronizing EFT with patch 15 or 15.5. There's none of the new guns, none of that stuff. It's just this patch 2.2 and the stuff they have there. So we'll go over the patch notes here real quick. They added the new location fort. This is the one we saw at TwitchCon. I got to play a little bit down there. Cool point of interest, cool map. Interested to really get into it and learn some of the finer details of it, which I didn't have a time to. And it's out there for everybody to play. It looks like it's only on Blast Gang and the new game mode checkpoint. It isn't for Team Fight or Last Hero, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'll bet it gets added later for some of those, maybe. They also added the new game mode checkpoint, like I just mentioned, which is kind of think like a conquest or domination style game mode. You got points you got to capture and hold. That game mode will only be on Bay 5 Bowl and Fort. Looks like a super cool game mode. I'm actually excited to try it out and see how it flows, how the game plays, stuff like that. I think it's going to be pretty cool for Arena. EFT Task Synchronization. So what this means is if you have the actual escape from Tarkov tasks that are on Arena, which is this one here, this task isn't an Arena task. You get this task on regular escape from Tarkov, but you can only complete it on Arena. And when you complete it on Arena, you don't complete it here. You complete it over on escape from Tarkov, and it gives you rep and these rewards over in escape from Tarkov, not over here in Arena. Now, if this isn't working for you, you're not alone. I've already seen a couple of people say they've completed in Arena, but then they go over to Tarkov and it's not completed over there and they can't complete it. So it's just more of this syncing problems that they're having between the two games. They did some tactical clothing synchronization as far as how the clothing between Arena and Tarkov work. So if you purchased clothes in Tarkov, regular Tarkov, you can now use them in Arena when you're creating your presets. So that's, for example, I'll just go in here and kind of show you guys when you're in presets here. It's going to be on this. If you go to view, this is where you can change your clothing. But all of the clothing you have over in Tarkov should be over here now. So like I can wear the flannel, and I can wear what are those, the Ranger jeans, I think. Yeah, so you can look just like you look in Tarkov if you want. I spent the money on the polo, so I will be wearing that. With that, we also got Ragman over here for services that allows you to buy clothes over here if you want to. So it's just a little bit simpler of a process. It's interesting because this means you don't have to transfer money to Tarkov to buy clothes or things like that. You can leave it here, you can buy it in Arena, and hopefully with the syncing working, they'll go back and forth and everything will be hunky-dory. Now, unique Scav and Raider starter outfits will only be available in EFT Arena, so not 100% of stuff from Arena is going to go to Tarkov, but better you go. They temporarily disabled synchronization and the ability to purchase the following clothing in EFT Arena. Purchasing on the website for real money, clothing rewards for achievements. This is going to be introduced with patch 15.5. That's going to be like your Killa tracksuit and stuff like that. Clothing added to escape from Tarkov after patch 14.5. Again, this is temporary. My guess is they're just waiting until they get to the next patch 0.2, 0.3 up and get everything synchronized with Tarkov is my guess. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. The V40 Mini-Grenade. It's a little golf ball grenade. Again, if you've played Battlefield, you've seen this in there. I don't think Call of Duty ever had it, but it's going to replace the RDG5 and F1 grenades. Smaller explosion radius. They say the addition is aimed at reducing the number of unintended deaths from grenades in matches. I mean, there's a lot of people that throw grenades and they intend to kill people, but they just get lucky. Anyways, hopefully this gets rid of the shitty start of matches where grenades just wipe out 2 or 3 people at a team. That needed to go. Having this do damage, injure somebody is okay, or kill them if you're like point on with it, but we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this balance goes. And then we got the smoke grenade, the yellow, the M18 smoke grenade yellow. And this is going to, they increase the smoke release speed, increase smoke density. Smoke now fills the space around it. So this is going to be really useful on a lot of maps to be able to push places where people are holding angles and things like that. We've all learned some of those spots where if you don't get there first, you might as well not even peek it because you're just going to die. This adds a little bit more tactic and a little bit more strategy to those processes, which I think is good. Unfortunately, they've already say in here, we are aware of a number of visual issues with the operation of the M18 smoke grenade on Skybridge and are working on a fix in upcoming patches. So we'll just have to see. I don't know what that problem is, but I'm sure we'll see shorts and videos and clips and people talking about it here very quickly. These will end up in Tarkov eventually. We just don't know when. Keep that in mind that we will have them in Tarkov. Location map in observer mode. They added a mini map in the top corner of the screen for observer mode. The map is available in blasting mode. The map shows player movement, shooting, spawn points, device planning points, devices, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Not a lot of people use this, but it's there if you do. Maintenance work added the feature of displaying server maintenance work or loss of connection to the server or internet in the game client. The maintenance bar will be displayed along the entire length of the header on all screens of the game. I don't know what this means. If the servers are under maintenance, we can't play. I mean, maybe they take servers offline and the game's still running. I don't know, man. It's cool. I guess I might come across this and at least we'll know what it is. I'm not criticizing them. I'm glad they put everything in the patch notes. I wish they did more of this. I don't know what this matters, but I guess we'll see. Or somebody in the comments will let me know for sure. Tab screen. Added a tab screen window to all game modes. The window duplicates the information from the Teams tab in the player's inventory. So this is interesting because right now, if you hit tab, you go into your inventory, right? So they're going to have this set up as a hold. It says here, hold tab to open it, release the tab key to close it. So what's going to happen is the way Tarkov does its keybinds, and I'll go in here and look here. I'll just show you guys. I don't know why I'm talking about it when I can just show you. If we go into keybinds. Okay, so toggle inventory is going to be press. So how it's going to deal with this, I'm not sure, because Teams is going to be tab, and then it's unavailable. This should be hold. I'm going to play around with this and see exactly how this works, because having these on the same screen isn't a terrible deal. Or I'm sorry, not the same screen, the same key. And the ability to quickly, while you're running, quickly be able to check your team is a good add. Being on the same thing as your inventory, I think you're probably going to want to change that, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be one of those things I want to play with and see if it really matters or not. So keep that in mind that your tab button is going to have multiple uses now between inventory and showing the team's mode. And then round and match MVP system. This is a new system they added. So basically, I'm just reading this. Round MVP is awarded at the end of the round for the player's contribution to the victory. Match MVP is awarded to the best player of winning team who scored the most round MVPs. So you're going to have your round MVPs, and whoever gets the most of those round MVPs gets the match MVP. So theoretically, maybe I think the losing team could probably get match MVP. If you get MVP every match on the losing team, but the winning team kind of splits it up amongst 2 or 3 players, I think you could potentially get the match MVP. Interesting thing, it's only on Last Hero and Checkpoint. Last Hero mode it's awarded to the player with the most kills. In Checkpoint mode, it is awarded to the player who can capture the most objectives. Now, they mention it in Blast Gang too, because it says prior criteria for MVP selection included actions such as planting, disarming the device, capturing objective, kills, kill assist, and damage dealt. I'm sorry, not previous, priority criteria. For round MVP and match MVP, players receive a bonus to the match. For match MVP, you receive a 15% cash and experience bonus. For round, you receive a 2% cash and 2% experience, and you receive only one type of bonus, either match MVP or round MVP. So you're not going to get super stacked. If you get match MVP, you're not going to get all your round MVPs. Whatever, it's fine. So that's how it's going to work. My guess is that it's also included in a Blast Gang, and it has to do with planting and disarming the device, which is good because there wasn't really any rewards. I didn't notice, like, if I did a bunch of plants in a match, but I didn't get a bunch of kills, I didn't like get extra XP or money. So this is going to be a good way to motivate more of that kind of gameplay. Economics and experience. So cash rewards and experience have been nerfed, and they needed this. It's too little too late, but it's fine for them to tweak it and just see how it affects the games. It's not a complaint from me, really. Just nobody should really worry about this too much because it's not going to impact anything. Basically 15% reduction on everything for cash rewards when it comes to like your top ranking places, like the boost you get from being higher ranked. And then the cash rewards from the new checkpoint mode are maximum victory rewards 275,000 rubles, defeat is 0 rubles, rest fees are 10%, maximum draw reward is 137,000, so if you tie. Now for the rest of this, they turned experience down, and it's anywhere from like 15 to 20% reduction, and that's just kind of across the board with how much experience you get from all of these. You can go through, I'm not going to read every one of these. You can go through and look at them if you want. It just has to do with the reductions on each individual game mode and score system for how much XP you get. And then the listed experience modes for the new checkpoint mode are: you get 75 points for XP for a kill, 75 for a headshot kill, 75 as a double kill rewarded on top of the existing 2 kills. Triple kill or higher, you get 150 on top of XP for 3+ kills. So I'm guessing that you don't get the double kill and then the triple kill bonus. It'll be the double kill, and if you get a triple kill, this goes away, and then you get the triple kill. We'll see how that works, but that's kind of how it looks like. It reads to me. Objective capture is 50, which I don't know. XP farming can be a problem with this kind of stuff, but I really think in objective modes that the XP rewards should be higher for objectives than kills, other than the specialty kills, but that's just me. The victory is 2,700 XP, defeats 15, draws 2,150. This is the stuff I don't really like. I guess if you lose, getting some XP, just a kind of consolation reward is okay. I feel like it should be a lot less though. And that if you lose, your score should primarily come from how you played the game, because somebody who essentially just runs around and doesn't do anything and watches YouTube and is just farming XP, you know, they could be botting or whatever, they're going to get 1,500 XP even if they don't do anything. And I don't like those kind of systems. Personal beef with it. It doesn't matter, just my take. List of fixes. So there was an issue where laser module was incorrectly displayed for spectators. Basically, that was where the laser was always pointing forward if you're watching a spectator cam. Fixed an issue where players would get stuck on the screen between rounds after changing sides if the player left the match. This sucked because the way it worked is if somebody got booted or left the match and then rejoined, and then we switched sides, everybody was just stuck in purgatory. The match didn't move forward. So it's good that they fixed this. This ruined a lot of matches. Some people trolled with this. They figured this out, and they would disconnect and then reconnect and then just go AFK because the match wouldn't start until they left. So people were doing this to grief, and it just sucked. Fixed an issue where items were not available to unlock for purchase after the conditions were met. Fixed an issue where a player could not fix a weapon malfunction in the shooting range. Fixed an issue where item layering was occurring when transferring items from EFT Arena to EFT. Fixed an issue where the player's kill count in Last Hero mode would reset after reconnecting. That's just the scoreboard would start from scratch when you reconnected. You still got your points, I think. I guess I never looked at that. I guess just assumed you'd get your points even if you reconnected, but maybe you didn't. Anyways, fixed an issue where a player would receive a temporary ban for killing allies in the canceled match. Fixed an issue where a player would receive a temporary ban for killing teammates between rounds. Fixed an issue where a warning was displayed for leaving a match after the end of the match. So just little things. Fixed an issue where player would remain on the server search screen if one of the group members lost connection to the server. Fixed streamer mode not working correctly in some cases. Fixed an issue where a player would receive a warning about saving settings without making changes to them. So that's the patch. It's gonna take a couple of days from what it looks like to me to get everything ironed out as far as some of this rep stuff and some of the other little bugs that are going on. Hopefully it's just a couple of days. I know it's frustrating that it feels like every time they're doing a patch right now that things just break. And that's true, they do. The rep bug is a serious one. It does impact people's ability to play. So hopefully that gets corrected right away. It might not though, because the one from earlier this wipe, I don't know that they've still fixed it. So if it impacts you, put in a bug report. I don't know what else to say. I wish I had something better for you other than just fingers crossed, hopefully BSG fixes it. But that's kind of where we're at. But that's all I got. I think we'll wrap her up there. I wish I had better news. I wish this patch was all happiness. It feels like it's just kind of a bummer though with the rollback and some of the things not working right, and just hopefully it gets fixed in a day or so. Otherwise it's going to be, nobody's even going to remember this patch because they're just going to remember the shitty stuff about it. So we'll have to wait and see. Zombie event ending soon. I'm kind of getting tired of killing zombies. I can't progress tasks and do other regular Tarkov, but that's how it is. Some people are still loving it. They haven't had a chance to, I've already put like, I don't know, 60, 70, maybe 8 hours into the zombie event. I've killed thousands of zombies, so I'm over it. But there's some people that are, you know, they're just working their way through it. So that's fine. We'll let the zombie event go through another week. We'll play some arena. We'll do the events every day, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys for watching. As always, appreciate having you here. Don't forget to that like and subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Doesn't cost you anything. Shows YouTube you want to watch my content, because sometimes it doesn't know, which is weird, but it is what it is. Well, that's it. That's all. Quit yapping. Thank you guys. As always, wish you the best of luck in your raids and your matches in arena. We'll see you in Tarkov.